listening to LOA Recon with the Good Vibe coach Jeanette Ma, where we dissect the ins and outs and the art and science of conscious creation, all intended to amp up your manifesting game. Let's have some fun together. Okay, so a question that comes up sometimes is, how does it work in Law of Attraction when there are two conscious creators who are manifesting the same thing, but there's only going to be one winner? Like maybe it's for a job or an award or a medal. There are some situations where it makes you wonder, how is universe going to work things out when there are two people, maybe more than two people, who are going for the same thing? And you know what? When we want different things, I will always give it to the person who believes in it more. Not necessarily the person who is LOA savvy, because a person could know about their creative powers, but might not be engaging them. And if they were up against someone who never heard of manifesting, but is totally flowing strong desire and strong belief, my money's on that person. Because strong desire, strong belief, that's unstoppable. But what about the situation when it's two savvy creators who are both engaging their powers, and they either want the same thing and there can only be one who gets it? Like when two athletes competing for the same medal, or two job candidates interviewing for one job, or like an LOA savvy married couple who want different things and it seems like it's not going to work. One is going to get what they want and the other one isn't. How does that work? Well, let's look at a couple of situations. I remember watching, in fact, I don't know how long ago this was, but it was the Summer Olympics. They were interviewing the gymnasts. And it was so interesting to me how in each of their interviews, each competitor said something a little bit different about why she wanted to win. Like one said she wanted to make her country proud. Another one, she wanted to do her personal best. Another one, she wanted to be a strong team member. She was in it for the collaboration to support her fellow gymnasts. Another one, maybe she wanted to break a world record. I'm sure someone there wanted to be loved and adored by all the people. And maybe someone else wanted to see a financial payoff to all the work they'd been doing. Someone probably wanted to bring home the medal too. I mean, there could be a lot of reasons why someone was competing in that event. And technically, think about that. They could each get what they wanted, even if there was only one gold medal being awarded. Like one could win a medal, one could do her personal best, one does bring it home for the team, another is the fan favorite, someone else does get the big endorsement. I mean, it's possible that they're all winners in a different way than we were thinking. But hello, I've seen it before, I'm sure you have too, where there's some events where two gold medals do get awarded. Strange things happen, especially when we're open to that. Like, there was a time when I was interviewing for a job. Here's a personal story. I knew the candidates I was up against because we worked together. Someone had spread the word at our current job about an opening at another company that everyone wanted. It was a big step up. We were all interested in securing that job. And so the candidates that I was interviewing against, I knew them. They were smart and they were young and they were good looking and they were well qualified and earnest and committed. And they had some things going for them that I didn't, like being male and Mormon. I was interviewing at a local bank, which back in the day was a huge advantage. If you could be white and you could be male and you could be Mormon, big plus. So I interviewed for this job, and it was a job that I wanted, that I thought would be fabulous. And get this, I didn't actually get the job that I interviewed for. They asked me if I would be interested in a job that was a step above that, basically the boss of the job that I was interviewing for, which kind of blew my mind. But they really liked me there. I loved them too. They interviewed me for two other positions and basically asked me, which one would I like more? I'm not making this up. So yeah, I go in for one job thinking it would be a big step up, and boy, they hired me for a level above it. So cool. I loved that job for a long time too. So I'm thinking about, we've all heard these stories. You've maybe experienced some of them yourself about those times when you think you didn't get the job because they offered it to another candidate, but then it turns out that that other person, either they accepted a different job at the last minute, or they did accept that job, but then they didn't work out. And so they're calling you to say, hey, can you come do this after all? Which is just worth remembering, that even when it looks like it's over, don't write it off as over. Don't say that it didn't happen. I like to just stay plugged into even better, this or even better, because then that keeps the door open for something fabulous. Instead of when we conclude, I didn't get it, that's not a vibration that lets fabulous things happen. So that's just another example of how there can be multiple winners, even when it seems like there's only going to be one. But let's look at the example of a married couple, of an LOA-savvy married couple, where both people are aware of and engaging their creative powers, and they want different things. In fact, we'll imagine this as a happily married couple so that we don't manifest them as to be separated. But imagine a couple who wants something like to live in different cities. Like, that seems like you're not both going to get that. Not if you're living under the same roof. Someone is going to have to compromise. It might seem that way, but that's why it's worth believing differently. I love this story. Maybe I've told you this one before, but it's worth repeating because it just shows how resourceful universe is in giving us what we want, even when it seems like we're asking for different things. So in this situation, the wife was just like me. Boy, she wanted to live in nature. She wanted to feel solitude. She wanted privacy. She wanted wildlife. She wanted to see beautiful trees and sky around her. Whereas her husband, he had a very different idea about what he wanted. He really enjoyed the culture of a city. He wanted to be able to attend events and have drinks with friends and be close to work. So it seemed like this couple wants very different things, and only one of them is going to get what they want. Or maybe not even either one of them. Maybe they'll have to compromise and live in the suburbs. But no, this is a savvy couple. So they both knew to focus on what they wanted, knowing that they can both get it, even when it seems like they want different things. And what ended up happening for them was, the husband got a promotion at work where they needed him to head up a new department. And that meant a move to a new city. And while he was out there looking for a new place for them to live, one of his colleagues had suggested a new development that he check out. There was a developer who was creating something a little bit different. It was just like, I can't remember if it was 10 or 15 minutes out of the city, but it was not more than 15, where they had created these lots that were situated such that you couldn't see each other's houses. And there were trees on every lot. There was even a creek that ran through it. There were deer on the property. There was wildlife there, which ended up being perfect for this couple because she got to feel the solitude of living in nature while he was close to the city. Don't you love that story? I think it's a perfect example of how well universe can give us what we want when we don't believe that we can't have it. So here's what I'm saying. When you want different things, don't get caught up in thinking that only one of you gets to win. That is not abundant thinking, and conscious creators know better than that. Because the truth is we can all win, even at the Olympics. And the way we do that is by staying focused on the essence of our desire, by not getting sidetracked with thoughts like, well, yeah, but they want it too, and only one of us gets to have what we want. Don't manifest that. You know better than that. And you don't have to worry about anyone else. Just stay focused on what you want. Or maybe you can imagine that we're all getting what we want. If you don't want to co-create someone else as, a loser or in second place, you can intend that everyone gets what they want. But the key here is just to stay focused on the essence of what you want, and then trust universe to deliver it. Don't try to make it happen yourself. Just take inspired actions only. That means follow your joy or whatever feels like relief. And then keep the vibration activated that matches what you want. It's pretty simple, super effective, and crazy cool when you see it manifest. In fact, if you've got a story about how multiple conscious creators manifested what they wanted when apparently competing with each other, I have competing in air quotes because I just think that's a belief worth opting out of. If you've got one of those stories, we'd love to hear it at the blog. In the meantime, thanks for listening and happy manifesting, everyone.